you're watching us from. As you know, every Monday, 8:30 a.m. sharp Pacific time, we go live right here on all different channels to talk about nothing but growth hacking. And as you are aware, we are doing a lot of things on the venture capital side, private equity side. Brian is traveling to New York. We are like literally hosting an event for VCs because we are decentralizing expert Dojo fund as well, which means we're going to launch multiple smaller funds as well. And I don't know if you have been following me on LinkedIn or not, but then recently we got a clearance, to kind of launch our, legal register entity in India as well. So we are very excited to, start our fund, and deployment starting from January. So we have a lot of things planned in for India and for the world as well. But then we are very excited for this journey. And most of the time, Brian does this call, as you're aware. Whenever he cannot do it, I am the one who fills the void. And today, again, I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about us because you are technically following us all over all the time. But I'm going to bring us someone amazing, person that I personally know here in Bangalore. That person has built a community of like literally, I mean, like grows his revenue, like bootstrap the company, and then grow the revenue from zero to more than 5 million ARR or something like that. So we'll bring this person on, and today we're gonna talk about like how he leveraged the community to build this amazing company. Even in fact, I'll have an opportunity to know more about him today as well, and then we're gonna talk about like growth hacking strategy, how you can bootstrap the company when you don't have to, if you don't need the money, don't raise the VC capital or any investor capital. So we're going to talk about all the strategies and stuff. But then, without further ado, let me bring back Rishabh on the screen. Hey, Rishabh, you are on mute, I think.
Hey, thanks, Asutosh. How are
How are
you?
you, how are you doing today?
All good, all good. It's just I was about to go home, but this call was there.
We are honored. Thank you
No,
so
no, no.
much for
Yeah, yeah,
taking
yeah,
your time
definitely.
at very last minute request as well. So we really appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
How's your day so far?
All good. It was Monday, so definitely Monday. Usually people have work, so I also had
Oh,
some work.
usually I will.
No, so there are two
You're
types
based
of.
in Bangalore itself, right? I met, your friend Himansu today.
I know, no, he's sitting with me only. He's here only.
Okay, great, great. Say hi to him. And by the way, thank you so much for accommodating very last minute request. I don't know if we ever met in person, but so good to see you finally. Heard a lot about you from so many folks from the ecosystem. So,
I hope
anyways,
all good things.
all good things, of course, all good things. So without like me boring the audience, because the purpose of this call, very quickly to say, if I can tell you in like in 30 seconds, like we go live on multiple different channels, right? And then the audience are mostly the budding entrepreneurs, the aspiring to be founders or existing founder or a big, like a series A beyond founders as well, sometime investors and growth hackers. And growth hackers are those who build a who own an agency, who kind of like, growth hack things as well. So people around the world watches us, like from different channels and all, and they probably comment from different channels. We'll bring the questions later on. So you don't know what kind of people are watching, but mainly from the venture ecosystem, right? So this is very generic, general conversation where we talk about you, we'll talk about your growth hacking strategies and stuff like that, and then some aspiring, insight from your experience that the founder can take away. We're gonna just go hardcore on that. So, anyways, without me boring the audience, why don't we just talk about you, and then just tell us where you come from, what you have done, and then what are you building right now.
Done, done, definitely. So I hail from Asansol, West Bengal. So that's my hometown. 2015, I went for engineering in SRM City, Chennai. 19, I completed my college. But yeah, obviously in college only I started my startup. So that was in year third year. Second year, I got into this world of internships. Like that during that time, people used to offer unpaid internships. Unlike if you offer in 2025, you'll be kicked out. So, so
Hey, I don't believe in unpaid internship, by the way.
during that time people used to believe similar like me actually, so today I also don't believe actually, but yeah, so that's what the fact. Opportunities were coming, so I just started doing internship, any random internship which I saw in the internet. I ended up doing 43 internships,
Wow.
all outside my domain. So none of them from the engineering background, so that was the time. Then after that, actually, I figured out from that particular model that company do look for so many students who want from whom they want to get their work done, like campus promotion, etc., social media, any kind of things. From there, actually got introduced into the world of gig economy, etc. And that's where I started getting work done for companies via this group of students whom I met in second year. I made a WhatsApp group and I started getting work done. 1 year I experimented without a product, did some 22 lakh rupees of revenue. Via that, I understood that this market is there, and I decided to make a mobile application. And 2019, 2018, I decided December month, and 19 when I completed my college. During that time, I decided I'm not gonna sit for placements. 2019 June, I launched Pixel, and from there, actually,
What, 2000, what happened?
2019 June,
Uh-huh.
I launched Pixel, and from then till now, multiple things happened. We crossed 12 million users. Aggregated, we did around $5 million revenue. In INR, if I tell it is 42 to 43 CR. And it's an aggregated, we are not an ARR. That is not an ARR, actually, that's an aggregated.
Uh-huh.
So that was the total revenue. During this entire 6, 7 years, multiple things happened. Obviously, I'll keep answering that. But in a brief, this was my journey. But the 6 years to 7 years, different wavelengths of pixel happened, different wavelengths of what me as an individual I took path, and why I decided not to raise money. What was my experience in raising money? That is more interesting rather than not raising money. So all these things happened. I'll be happy. I will keep answering all these things.
Very interesting. What a journey, man. Like literally coming from such a small town in India and then building a company of like having a 5 million, not ARR, but aggregated. But I hope sometime soon it's going to be ARR
I
as well, you know? So, I mean, like, what an inspiring journey. And especially in the domain that you are building, the gig economy is like not easy to build, right? Like there's a lot of, I mean, like, attrition at the last minute.
correct.
People come in, they do the side deals, like what happened with the companies like Oyo and stuff like that, right? So, but still you are surviving, which is I mean, hats off to you. I mean, like literally. So you are typically building a fiber or,
I will
like
tell you what we do. So
for India,
we
especially.
started we started with this gray collar segment where semi-skilled category of people, we used to give them work on our application. They used to do smallest of the tasks, submit over the application, and on approval they withdraw the money in their bank account. As simple as that. 4 years we did this, but the fifth year onwards, the demand for such kind of task kept on decreasing in the market because lot of other things got changed in the market. That time what we did, simple model. Again, as of today, when you want any freelancer in the skilled category, be tech, content, data, design, marketing, anything, you go to Upwork, Fiverr, you'll find a freelancer, or you go to a WhatsApp group, put a job post, hundreds of people will reach out. In Fiverr, you will just go and just scroll. But in the end of the day, it's very hectic for an individual as a company to figure out from whom to get the work done. And if you, even if you figure out, and if your work is not being done, the person goes away in between, again you have to go into that loop. I thought I'm not going to make a marketplace. We will just keep verifying freelancers at our platform.
Hmm.
You come today, you tell us that I need this video to be designed, we take the work, we make the scope of work, we may define the process, and then we give a work to the particular freelancer. Responsibility of getting the work done is with us.
And who you already verified technically.
Exactly. So, like even if the person goes off in between, you will not even know the person has went off, and your work will be good.
All the communication being also handled by you as well.
Exactly. In some of the cases, communications are directly between freelancers and the companies, where we again there are tiers of freelancers,
Hmm.
10-star
Like
category.
trusted partner sort of a thing as
Exactly.
well.
That's kind of thing. So that model we run, and we understood that in which categories we should expand. So today, as of now, we do lot of work related to design as a whole, tech as a whole, content as a whole, and video editing as a whole. These four categories we get a lot of requirements across India, 10% overseas as of now, and that's where we are focusing much more. That now this year I started focusing much more on overseas market because they need lot of works. Even if AI is there, then too they need people.
Of course.
So this is what we
So
do.
this is a tech-driven platform. It's not manual anymore, right? Like they come, they post, you do.
No. So there are two parts. Okay, so number one, for freelancers, it's completely tech driven in terms of verifying their particular profile. But for companies, it's a complete manual process. You need to come to us, either submit the request via our website, or you come to us directly. We talk and we onboard you, and then we get your work done. So that part is still for you, we will be an agency only. For that part is completely manual how the agency operates. It's just we are not keeping the folks who are doing work on our payroll.
Got it. Very interesting. Okay, that brings me back to your comment when you said like asking me later why you didn't raise the money, like you especially. What was the reason? Tell me more about your experience in fundraising, and then in general about like because I know you also involve a lot in this community ecosystem. Like for me especially, I moved back a couple of months back from Los Angeles, Boston to the world of chaos here in Bangalore, which is there is a beauty in chaos. Sorry, don't take me wrong, the audience, but honestly, like the ecosystem is broader, right? And I've seen your post. I know we have been connected on LinkedIn for ages, but we never interacted. But I've been following your posts and stuff. I know you're very much active in the community as well. So we'll come to the community piece later. But start from why you didn't raise money.
So
Like
what
what?
happened? So 2018, FY19, half of that FY19 was my first registered year. In that year, we registered around like 40 lakhs of revenue. After that, when I launched application in June 1, that is 1st June, that particular entire 6 months, we did around like again 70, 80 lakhs rupees of odd revenue. I
And
thought
people
now,
who are not from India, 40 lakhs is pretty much $50,000, then $70,000.
exact, in INR actually, not in dollars, okay? 40,000, okay, in INR money. Uh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. So then $5,000.
Yeah, we can see that. So what happened? So down the line, actually, in September 2019, I made a pitch deck. It is a horrible pitch deck. Today, I just keep that pitch deck to show other founders that
Love
you
that.
should not make a pitch deck like this. So I just made a lot of content heavy pitch deck of 25 pages. Why I made that, I today also don't know. Because during that time, the problem was there was no one to talk to. Today we are talking at 10 p.m. People are talking at even 10 a.m. also. People are listening. They know that access to information is easy today as compared to 2019. That was a challenge. I didn't know that who is startup founder, what is community, who is etc. I was getting excited in 2017-18 when I used to saw that someone is doing something via mobile and Uber cab is coming. That was very exciting for me.
Right.
So that was the time actually. So now things are very different. So I made kind of a thing. I reached out to a couple of like I would say most individuals, some of the angel networks, some of the VCs who were there actually during that time. Used to write a lot of long messages. I dropped message to around 70, 80 folks. Same message, copy paste. Again, second mistake which I say founders not to do. Copy pasting same message to all the investors, also copy pasting messages to those investors who are not even investing in my sector. So this were the couple of things which I know what I did wrong. So that happened.
Even in fact, we also teach it to our founders all the time. Like copying, pasting, and a blind blast doesn't work. Even
Doesn't
now, even
now
that days, like doesn't work because people
never
know
work.
it's genuine. If it's not personalized, honestly, what's the point? Like you
Exactly.
need to find a common notes. Let's say you and me, the common note could be okay. You live in HSR, I live in HSR. Hey man, good to see you. I mean, like it should start from there. It doesn't matter. It should be venture or non-venture stuff, but there should always a common note so that people can feel connected a little bit, right? Sorry, I want to just make that point, but then good point. Yeah, good point.
Definitely, and it is always there. It's like this thing didn't change even in 2016 to something like that to 2025. Personalization is always needs to be there. So
Totally.
that was a mistake. So I got in a call with 7, 8 folks. Few told me that you don't have no, this pedigree. Some told you don't have background because I just passed out from a private college from Chennai, and some told me these all things. Okay, no one talked me about product, no one talked me about revenue, etc. I thought that why this is happening. Then I thought that because I am a single founder, actually I thought then I cannot keep wasting my time in raising money, because
It was the time during the COVID era, I
oh,
believe.
this is in September October month of 2019, just
Okay.
COVID was about to hit.
Mhm.
So I kept on doing my work. Then COVID came in March 2020. I moved back to home, and from Noida, because my office was in Noida, I moved back to home. 2 years I was there. Again, I never thought of raising money because that year I was thinking that how to survive. But we got lot of business. My business grew around 8x in from 2000 FY20 to FY21. In user wise, from 10,000 to we went to 350K users. So that was the momentum which we picked up in Corona time. Again, when we closed FY21 in May 2022, I again reached out to a couple of investors. Within 2 months, we got a term sheet of around $1.5 million. Couple of good angels, couple of good networks, one smaller VC. But what happened one fine day, June morning, it was around I think 12th of June. That was 9 a.m. Some of the investors started asking me some random questions. I got feared that people who don't know about my industry, if they come to my cap table every morning, do I need to answer them? So
Yeah.
that, because 2 years I was very completely free in terms of running my business. So I thought a decision that whether I should raise or not. Because for me as an individual, how do I want to run my company? And it was my personal choice that I made a decision that let's not raise, let's keep running the company like this. I don't know what will happen, what will not. I might not be able to raise further. Even if I get into that pressure, I might not able to handle it. So that was a personal call which I took, that yes, let's not raise money and let's be like this. So that was the turning moment for me. But what happened, that was that particular situation made me thought about lot of fundraising. I met with good folks across angel investors, which increased my network. Those people are now my good friends, and some of the people company I invested. So there are two companies actually, if I name it over here. So there's a company called Transbank, which is there in my portfolio today. They are a Series B company.
Wow.
2023, actually, I invested in the pre-seed round, and 2022, the founder was about to invest in my company. So that was the journey. Now they reached to Series B.
What an
There, there were more two,
You
three
are
companies.
still holding the investment.
Yeah, so that happened actually because via that I met good people. They trusted me, and that's how the situation grew. So that was the time during that particular days, and that made I decided let's not raise.
Well, you just mentioned a word called trust. You know what? This whole venture ecosystem just function on two things: trust, which brings the relationship. So trust and relationship is what that really matters. You trusted him; he is trusting you. I'm damn sure if you open your round, it will be filled like in less than 24 hours, right? Because the kind of trust that you have built in the ecosystem, right? People are trusting you, and that's where like nobody's gonna give you the money. That days, the old golden days are gone when you are like having a nice idea and then you're pitching a VC. Like you need the revenue, you need the traction beat, user beat, like the money or whatever it is, and that's how it works. Like this is whole. So founder who are watching, like Rishabh is also an investor, so make sure you follow him and stuff like that, and then reach out to you if you have an amazing ideas to pitch him or to talk about like how to make an amazing pitch deck and don't fuck up in the beginning days. So because it all comes from the hustle, right? And gradually, like the way success come from experience and experience come from bad experiences, and you have gone through so many bad experiences that nobody can like deny the fact that you have an amazing experience and success as well. And one point is like you said that you have a 12 million user, right?
Not 12 million, 1 million, 1 million, not 12.
Oh, so maybe I miss
1 million.
heard that. But very interesting. So tell me a little bit about like what are the work that you do for the community? Like I know you throw a lot of events, get together. You're part of a lot of communities as well. And how this going to the events, being vocal about what you're building, and building the community, empowering the community, because I believe you do a lot of work for the community as well. How is that is a driving force for your business as well at the same time? And what makes you going, like a driving all the time, like the community or your passion, and what are the force behind it?
So what happened? So 2020, when I started joining lots of WhatsApp groups, the startup groups and all. 21, 22, I came 21 years. 22, I came to Bangalore. During that time, that Web3 web was there. Entire Bangalore was in Web3, Web3, Web3. When I came to the city, actually, half of every Saturday or Friday there was a Web3 parties. It was not meetups. It is parties.
Web3 was just meant for the parties, be it Dubai or Singapore, anywhere you go. It was all about that.
So I went to a couple of them. I saw that how it happens, but there were a few other type of meetups also. I started doing meetups like end of around this 2022. Partnered with a couple of folks. Like I kept doing over there. Did it randomly, like Bangalore startup meetup. Anyone who's about to come, actually, I do 5, 10. Then I realized that same people are coming. I'm not able to bifurcate. Again, I'm getting into that same loop where people are spamming in the WhatsApp groups. So I thought that let's make a community. So you told about Himanshu, and he used to know me from 2021. So we told that let's make a community where we will verify people LinkedIn profile and we will add them in different groups. So we made 30 groups under one community in 2023, and we just made different groups like for funded, early start, early stage, VC, analyst, IB, etc. So anyone who is an IB cannot get into VC, that group. So
Interesting.
likewise, and we used to verify the profile via LinkedIn, and we used to approve the request on manually via that. So now we started making the curated community. We started hosting curated meetups like deep tech meetups, health tech, fintech, CXOs, etc. Like I kept on doing. Entire 2023, I did around like good around 2030. 24 also we did good meetups. Till now, till today in Bangalore itself, I did 88 meetups
Wow.
till today. But all my meetups you will never see now, it's crowded. It's like 15, 20, 25 folks. I would rather say it's like a evening catch up. You can say that. Though around 150, 200, 250 people do register. But if I've kept a topic as early stage product founder, I'm going to approve only them.
No more service.
No more surveys, no more VC, no more IB. So because the reason being is like what I realized, people of the same category are always gelling up with that same category very well. Because if you as an individual early stage founder, if you are sharing your personal perspective to different early stage founder, he can solve your problem way more better than someone who reached to series C. They can advise you, but the problem solving of each other become very so. Last week also, this Friday, it was 7th. That day I had 15 folks came. Now those 15 people know each other.
Mm.
All, and the beauty of this particular thing is all 15 will know each other because we sit, we talk. Everyone share their personal stories, how they are coming, why they are in Bangalore, why they are
It's
not
not
in.
about like getting your business card and distributing
Ah,
to 20
exactly. So
people.
that
Yeah.
is good. Now this Saturday, this Friday on 14th, I am having CMO meetup. So only CMOs of different startups and companies can come in. So
Yeah.
this is how, and then on around 21st, I'm having a companies who are working in GCC companies who have set up a GCC company like this. So these kind of categories I try to do, and I try to personally send message and try to bring in people so that they will come, they will talk, that thing. So that's the goal.
Very niche, right? Like,
Yeah, so I try to see which in which I have people. I know some people. At least I should know 10 people. From that 10, 20 more can come.
mm,
So that's how the thing is. From this, I never intend to do a business. I don't do any say, and I neither I introduce that I run a company, I run a service. If they get to discover by themselves, that is okay. I never try to sell over there because that's not the intention. The intention is clear, meeting with people because that's the all beauty out there.
that's a great way of selling, by the way. Just kidding. No, I mean, like, honestly speaking, again, like going back to the point, you build the trust first, right? And you don't have to hard sell. It's all start from value addition, right? And that's what we always teach our founders. Like, we have 300 portfolio worldwide, right? When the company comes to us, like, we push them through our growth hacking strategies and all. You don't need to hard sell in the beginning. You need to own the
Exactly.
trust. If you own my trust, I'll give you the businesses, of course, man. Like, why not? Rather than giving it to someone else, I know that this work can be done very, like in a calm way without worrying too
Exactly.
much about the work, right? And that's how it works. So I mean, own the trust. You don't need to sell hard. It's going to be a soft sale.
I mean, if I am in a type of business actually. If I go and sell now, people will kick me out. So that the trust winning thing is very important over here, and the
Yes,
credibility is very important because what we do in your eyes, until you understand what we do, we are same.
totally.
So that's the problem with the kind of work we do nowadays. Every other third person in Bangalore, either they run an AI company or the fifth person runs a content agency.
Hey, you just mentioned Bangalore, or it's about the world? I think that's the same problem. Like, literally,
Currently,
99% of the company that falls to our pipeline, like something dot AI. I mean, I don't
something.
understand what's happening. But I mean, you cannot leave AI. But again, that brings a new, again, a curious mind is asking, how are you leveraging AI in this whole
So,
economy, gig
so
economy?
what happens? So we make some of the things very like, for example, we do a lot of content edit works. We get a lot of documents and information. So that we made document feeders where we get a lot of information. That made easy. So previously it used to take so much time in order to read, then extract the topics or the data, or and then make the designs out of it or the content out of it. Nowadays it is simple. That is one. People are in video editing. We use a lot of editing tools in terms of obviously cutting the videos, making the b-rolls, adding the voices, etc. Those things are happening a lot actually, because that's what our good chunk of business comes in. So that is there. So all my designers, content writers, and video editors, these three categories, they all use some
That
or
is only three categories that you're
mainly
talking
three.
about.
These are the three major ones actually for me. These three all use some or the other kind of platform to do kind of things. I say them one thing very clearly: don't copy paste from there. Just use. Try to decrease your time, efforts, make it use in your day-to-day life, and try to implement it. But don't blindly copy paste things. What gives you out from there?
Hey, you know what? After all this AI revolution or whatever outbreak you call it, suddenly everyone's emails become very professional.
Very professional. My emails are still. I'll be there.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's a beauty, but then it also, if you use it as a in a mindful way, it's gonna increase your productivity to the next level.
Exactly.
So we're gonna bring some questions that audience are asking later
Definitely.
on, but not right now. I have more questions for you. So I mean, like, what are your top five AI tools that you use every day to increase your productivity? And again, second question will be like maybe there are people who are free who want to be freelancers, want to have some side kicks as well. How can they start in the world of AI, leveraging all those five tools? I know there are like hundreds of tools, hundred of like videos, but like you run a community of like more than one, I mean, like million people who are you're kind of like earning from you as well. I mean, like from the platform, right? So how can someone start any side gig using the top five tools that you might have seen people using very proactively, or maybe you are using proactively?
So I mostly on daily basis I mostly use Chat GPT and Gemini actually. These two I use on daily basis. On slighter next level, this Hagen and 11 Labs we use a lot because we have a lot of things which we feed and get the outputs and the data, etc. For this are the most of the most usage one. There are a couple of more actually. I keep forgetting the name because there's so many out there, and I keep just checking, create accounts, and there's one more thing. That's one more advantage for people nowadays. Some today, if you're using a tool which gives you same thing, tomorrow another tool is giving you. If this tool is asking me more money, I will jump to another tool.
But again, there is a problem in jumping from one to another tool,
There's
right?
there's no more problem. There's no more a problem actually, because if you, so what I do, see, basically
You
there are,
export chat and upload it there. I was
that is
about
one way. That
to.
is one way. And other way are like there are 10 to 15 things. If you're making a clone, so there's a platform called Clone Myself, something like your clone will be made. Uh, in that actually they will ask you voice, document, photo, pictures, etc. I have an entire drive itself where I have all these details. I will just download and upload. So everyone ask around 70% of things are common. If we create your own avatars, own characters, own agents, etc., all those things, all those 70% items are there in my drive. I kept on creating all those documents, etc. I just made it. I keep uploading, download from there, etc. So I always had a habit of keeping all the data in an organized manner before AI also. It was from 2018 actually. So if you ask me today that Rishabh, give me a data from June 2018, 19 June 2018, I'm going to give you right away.
Very good.
So without asking any AI that where is this data, because I made my folders like it 2018, 19, 20, under 18, what all things. So I know where the things are. So that's how it made my life very easier before implementing AI also. Because if you keep your data, stuffs, and documents sorted, for any founder, I say them, your 70% of your time will be
That's a
safe.
very, very interesting point. If I share my screen right now, you'll see my screen. Will say, what the fuck wrong with you, man?
You will see my screen entirely clean.
That's what I'm saying. This is a common problem that it's not our fault. I know we want to make it clean, but then it's just that influence too much. We live in a chaos all the time, right? I mean, what you just mentioned is mind blowing.
I'll show one more thing to you. So this is my phone gallery, okay? So every day, if I have a recent photos, etc. over here, I'm gonna delete the ones which are not required. End of the day, when I go to sleep, before that 5 minutes, And the ones which I need it actually. If it's a family picture, you go to family drive. It's a meetup picture, we'll go to meetup drive.
And that way your phone is also clean. You're not worried about storage
So
capacity.
now tomorrow, if you ask me that I need pictures from this particular meetup, I'm gonna send you right away.
Very cool.
So this
That's
all
a habit building
this
thing.
is
Like
a habit building kind of a
this
thing.
is a very important point for the founders who are watching. If you don't do it since the beginning, you know what? Like I built a company before moving to the US, and I sold that. Right? I was living in a chaos as a founder and CEO. The problem was like we had so many legal documents, compliance issue. It just spread across all the places, right? And when you need, let's say, even right now, if I need my Aadhaar card, I don't know where exactly my Aadhaar card is. And then if I go to email, find Aadhaar card, I search for Aadhaar card, I search here. Waste of time. It could be just 10 seconds. You exactly know where
10
the folders
seconds.
are, right?
One more thing, which this all I can say these are the growth hacks itself. In itself,
Exactly.
all the chats which I completed. Suppose you texted me that receive 10 p.m. you need to join. I will read it. If you text me personally, I will read it and I'll archive it. Okay. The ones which are not read, it will be stay in the top actually.
Hmm.
After that, the ones which are completed, apart from WhatsApp groups, all will be archived.
So
Every
that way your WhatsApp is clean.
clean
And that's a phenomena of zero inbox policy. Because in
inbox.
India, I believe people don't know what zero inbox is.
Also, people who reply on WhatsApp after 24 hours, I say them better not to reply, or you reply via pigeon. You send your message via pigeon. If that's better.
What is PGR?
Pigeon, P I.
Peace. Okay. Okay.
You can say. So that is where that is one. Second thing which I try to do every weekend on Saturday or Sunday. Mostly I do it this on Sunday night. All previous 15 days chats I will just scroll. I will see which
Ah,
particular client follow up required, pending payments. If any follow up got missed, any message got missed, anything which I started discussing that got missed, I will drop a message so that Monday morning they will see the first thing.
very cool. Very interesting.
So these all increased. We are in a business. I need to follow for the payments actually.
Yeah.
So every Saturday, every Sunday or Saturday, I do this.
I need
So
I need I need your growth hacking tips. Okay. This is my LinkedIn. I have like 3,000 messages. You have no idea. Like I don't and you know how many opportunities I'm missing? There's so many founders who are reaching out. There's so many ecosystem people. There's so many investors who are reaching out. These are all an opportunity miss. Right? And not only that, like look at my WhatsApp. I got
you
230.
need to sit for 2 days and clear that. I will help you clear. I will tell you how to clear it.
Yeah, I
Actually,
need
don't worry.
okay, I owe you a lunch or dinner then.
Anything. So that is there. So you are in HSR. We'll sit someday. Some
But
kind.
again, for the audience watching, what are the tips? Like 2 days, you need to log down from the world of internet and then sit down, clear everything out. So one tip that I also often use it because my info is too much. So I jump in the plane, I travel all the time, and then when in the airplane mode, like okay, no more disturbance. I just like
This,
reply
this
to all
you are
of them.
not the
They
only one doing.
land, the messages go.
This you are not the only one which you do. So for example, I do this. So as I said, on Saturdays and Sundays, I clear 15 days to 1 month.
Hmm.
But in flight, I don't watch movies. I don't read actually. I don't have a habit of reading. Don't just see the books behind. Actually, it was just gifted, so it's kept over there. So,
Nice.
but I just scroll 3 to 4 months before chat.
Hmm.
I see what all things because from there a lot of things comes out. I've always seen WhatsApp as a
The problem is on WhatsApp, people want you to reply faster.
exactly
When you don't reply on time, they think that the guy is arrogant. Even though it doesn't matter how busy you are, like everyone is super busy at the same time, and but sometimes they understand it, right? But then, I mean, you need to reply, man. Like it's not.
and your daily work and daily time 70% to 80% of your time can be saved if you reply people on WhatsApp itself
Hmm.
because they will not call you. And then second thing is if someone is asking you something, people waste their time in finding where they kept that particular thing and then they send to the particular person. That particular person will keep calling you multiple times that where is the document, where is this, where is that, I told you to do this. I will say I'm finding. Both the people are wasting time. So
Hmm.
people need to understand these small things. Maybe AI is today, AI might evolve a lot tomorrow, but this small thing saves a lot of time actually. Because this, as All my accesses are there in my phone. Even if I'm traveling, I don't open my laptop for 2 days. Instead of just if I'm doing something on Excel or PPTs, etc., I will not able to do that particular part, but I can send any document to anyone because those accesses are there in my phone itself.
Very interesting.
So that made me realize in my entire life itself, within 7 8 years, if you, I cannot show it over here. When we meet, I'm gonna show you that how do I keep a track of all my portfolio companies, all my assets, everything. So I made such a nice made Excel, gives me a pie graph, gives me everything. I made myself.
That's very important point. Like again, like this is out of this conversation context. Like in India, like I was talking to a retired IRS commissioner here, was saying like there are billions of rupees that banks reserve it, and it goes in vain the family net worth, because in Indian family they don't know what is net worth because they have their own FD, mutual fund, blah blah blah, these lands and blah, all this kind, they don't pass it to the next generation. And the problem is you don't know the net worth of your family, you don't know even your net worth, because what's happening in the world of apps, you have 20 different apps in your phone, you put like 5,000 here, 1 lakh
One
here,
like here.
10 lakhs there, 15 lakhs there, 1 crore here. And then you lose the track because you're not tracking it, and you have the SIP here. And then what happens after a long time, you may be missing your passport and stuff like that. You forget about it, your hard-earned money is gone if you're not tracking on the time. And same
Exactly.
thing for the entrepreneurs watching us. Like if you have multiple clients, if you're not tracking them, you lose the credibility, you lose the trust. Yeah, same thing if you're fundraising, it needs to be well maintained, well structured. So I mean, like the context of the whole story is that you need to be as structured as possible. What's the one growth hacking tip that you can tell the people out there? And then I'll ask you one more question, then we'll open up the floor for the questionnaire Q&A.
So
But
what?
what did you mean? I'm gonna again reiterate that.
So one simple growth hack is like be honest to yourself and be honest to others. That is very basic. And second is try to save your time from the things which is not required, because most of the founders, most of the people, most of the working professionals waste their time. They say they are busy, which is not wrong, because they are busy in things which is not required.
And how can people know what is required, what is not required?
So just try to prioritize and deprioritize your work. So in I maintain my everyday to-do list on Notion. For example, by end of the day, I am going to complete the first, which is very required. I'll just keep juggling from there. That is one basic thing. But as I said, reply people on time. Try to close the conversation. If the loop of the conversation is closed, the person will not call you, person will not chase you, your time will be saved. You need to understand that if someone is chasing you, doesn't mean that his or her time is getting wasted, it's your time is also getting wasted. Because if someone, suppose you asked me today something, that you promised me something, that it's 10 p.m in the evening, that okay, okay Rishabh, tomorrow 3 p.m I'm gonna send you this particular document. You promised me, you are my good friend. You are not able to send, I will text you Asutosh bhai. In your mind it will be a burden that I need to prepare this document and I need to send to yourself. That burden will be there. If someone says me that it's not there, then they are lying.
It's like a backlog burden.
That log
Say
is like,
you
it's just
bought
a
you
backlog.
borrow money from someone. It doesn't matter if you have money to pay back or not, but the burden will always bother you, and you'll be mentally disturbed.
Exactly. So
Sorry to
just
use that
try.
word, mentally disturbed. I mean, like you'll be overburden yourself, and then again it will bring the frustration on your work, on your in your personal life, and everything is well connected. I mean, this is very good
Try
conversation.
to clear things. That's the only basic
Yeah.
thing which I will say. Try to clear things, like be it debt, be it task, be it meetings, be it work. Try to clear this so that today night if you go and sleep,
Hmm.
you'll sleep 6 7 hours very peacefully.
You know what I'll do? I'll just after this call, I'll clear my WhatsApp at least. But listen, this is a very interesting conversation. The reason being, let's say, if I text you something, right, and I know you're a super busy person, but then I'm texting you with the hope that Risa will reply me back,
So
right?
today I felt guilty actually. So Kisle, I think he asked me a mail ID actually. I read the message and forgot to reply that message and I replied to all other messages. Later on he followed up me again, that send me the. I felt like how can I miss this message? So I start feeling guilty at times if I made some.
You as a, again, sender, sorry, receiver, and then sending back as a sender. you'll have the guilt in your mind that, hey, how can I forget that? But the user who is sending you the message, like Kisle, has an expectation and a hope
Correct.
they will reply back in 2 minutes, three
And
minutes, and
and
that hope is killing his productivity. The
exactly.
guilt is killing your productivity. So it's like collective loss of the
Collective
world.
loss. And also, Kisleya will also think that this guy just ignored this particular message.
Yeah, it's
This
very
will also
rude.
happen.
He's very
Yeah.
arrogant, but that's not the reality, right? No, very interesting, Riso. I know. I mean, this conversation can go hours and hours because I love the way, like, you see my energy is like the way you are picking up the conversation, and I didn't expect that the conversation will go this route. But then, honestly, so many growth hacking tips. I know, like, what we can do later on. Like, I'll ask people to follow you. Maybe you'll be posting something on LinkedIn and stuff like that about growth hacking, how you can be more productive in your workspace. Because in the world of AI, this chaos, I mean, we need to be like super active, super be, I mean, and again, to cut the long story short, the sar, if you say in Hindi, or the conclusion of the whole story is basically be an active communicator, because communication is the key.
Correct.
Then that will earn you the trust, that will bring you the business, and then you can sell hard, right? And gradually you can multiply. Okay, Kisle, bring back the question for our amazing guest Rishabh today, and see what other people are asking. Organizers are the best founders. Okay, thank you, RRFGHG, whatever the name are. Second one, crazy numbers here. Okay,
So
and
much.
it's gonna be more crazier. Rishabh is gonna have like 5 million ARR
I hope someday.
very soon. What are the daily or weekly rituals that help keep your community active and engaged? Rishabh.
So see, it's not daily, or I would say weekly and monthly actually. So the two things. Number one, while building Pixel, we try to kept our users who are super active, because obviously in 1 million, not 1 million are active. We have top users is 10,000, 25,000. We try to keep sending them something on WhatsApp via our WhatsApp communication channel. We don't send any notifications, we don't send any mail, because WhatsApp is again one thing which I know people will read actually. At least that can be read. Probability of reading that is more than mails and notifications, etc. So that's where I used to do that. In community, the ecosystem community which I run, which is around 10,000 plus folks, which for startups and founders. Over there, I drop sometime as some kind of a poll. Meetups we keep doing actually. We drop that message. We don't try to spam that groups actually unnecessarily, because we just want to keep it. Someone asking some help, they will drop a message, or someone thing we want to communicate, we communicate that. People are there because other peoples are also there. So that's the main purpose. So this is the two three things I try. Don't try to drop too much of messages to the user base. If they are there, it's okay, and I try to just keep them active.
Yeah, and again, like sometimes you let people ask, or like it's like a, like, what do you call it, like pay it forward sort of a thing. The way Expertozo, actually Brian started Expertozo on the philosophy of paying it forward. So I mean, like, put, it's kind of a tree where you have a demand and you have a, like, your ask and what you can offer, right? So
Correct.
sometimes the community can help itself. I was having interesting conversation about this with him also today, right? Like, literally one of the community member got a job from another community member, just being active in the community, right? So you don't have to do a lot of effort. Again, how do you spot the right power user or community champions?
Simple, is very simple. If you're showing up, if you're visible to me on regular basis, you are a power user. As simple as that.
Mhm.
And you are not doing random things. Random things, in the sense just simply dropping spam messages. Today you are doing this, 3 months later you're doing that, and again 3 months later you're doing something else. Those are the not type, right, type of.
Staying too much active is also a problem. You need to
No, it's
be
not too much
balanced.
effective. What happens nowadays, which I'm seeing, is very trendy. I think you must have seen this. If someone is doing something today, for sure, actually, 80 or 70% of the time, that person is not doing the same thing after 6 to 9 months gap.
I mean, I always experience that. You know what? Like, I was speaking to one of the event, and then a founder reached out to me. I will not definitely not name the person. Probably will be watching, and he was literally following me. Hey, I need this. I need this. I'm building this. Can you fund? Can you fund? I'm like, hey, hold on, hold your horses. This is not how the fundraising works. First of all,
Correct.
literally 1 month after. So you know what? I got another exciting idea, and now I'm working on this. I'm like, what the hell wrong with you, man? If you're not consistent with what you're building, how can you be a successful person in the future? I mean, like, that's a big red flag for the investors. So like, you you cannot jump from one thing to another. Like literally, you're not the. I mean, like Elon Musk per se. I mean, I wish everyone can be one, but then I mean that's not how it works. So you're absolutely right. Like
And one
consistency.
thing should be consistent in everyone's life. You need to give time at least 1 2 years to know that whether it is consistent thing or not, and then you need to give 5 to 10 years in order
Exactly.
to run that consistent thing.
Yeah. So consistency is the key. Communication is the key. Do you have more question, Kisla? How do you decide which feedback to act on and which to ignore? Very interesting question.
So there are two things. Number one, if someone has used my product or someone has used our platform, then putting a review, I am the person only who replies, etc. most of the time, or I call the person directly. That is how I act. Someone who has not used and directly putting something, we ignore that. Even it's 1 star.
That's a very interesting perspective, by the way. So, guys, I mean, being a founder, you need to know your customer, right? And you need to reply and engage that customer. And the feedback mechanism is very important in the beginning days of be it a service-based company or a product-based company, because that's how you can evolve your product, right? There is no word called something called pivot. It's always an evolvement from sprint one to sprint two, and that can only be happen if you're literally listening to your customers and hearing it and right and seeing what exactly feedback they are giving to you, and ignore the unnecessary, the chaos. Like
Well,
sometimes the
nothing will happen. So what happens during my early days, 2019, when I used to get 1 star on my app on Android, a notification used to come at the middle of the night, or when I wake up in the morning, I used to see. I used to feel very bad that how come this 1 star has came. But after a moment of time, I started realizing that there are two type of people who are using my app and who have not used my app and putting 1 star.
yeah.
Then I got normal that people who are using, if there's some problem is there from our end, we'll definitely call the user and solve.
And in fact, if person who even used your app, probably let's say they like one in a million, they didn't have the good experience for whatever
Hmm.
reason, and they are giving 1 stars, then don't freak out. I mean, like even
Just,
though
just
still
call them and
talk to
speak.
that person and ask what exactly went wrong. Probably there should be one user problem that you can fix it, and that will change the entire game.
Hmm.
Suddenly, 1 million could be 5 million. I'm not just
Correct.
talking about you, but generally speaking, like so, even sometimes like a negative feedback is also consider all the feedback as a catalyst to improve your model and stuff like that. Next question. I know we are running out of time, but again, 2 3 minutes will wrap it up. Suppose at the start of our entrepreneurship journey, we send multiple mails to investors and people in our circle pitching our idea, blah, 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 blah. Respond and please keep updated us of the progress in future. But after a few months, when the founder dash dash dash. So I sense the question when the founder again,
I
yes.
understand.
Would you mind just quickly,
So this particular thing actually avoid dropping too many mails and multiple emails to investors. So just give investors also the larger VCs give them 15 to 20 days time in order to when you drop an email. Micro VCs I would suggest like 10 15 days, and very early stage VCs just wait for some time in order to drop a one follow up, just one follow up, not 3 4 10 follows. People I see people keep dropping mails after that person is not replying. Understand one thing, people are reading your mail. It's just they don't have time to reply. So
oh,
understand.
or else I can also add a point here. Like sometimes they're reading your mail, or sometime like let's say you are like actively too much follow up. Even that is a red flag,
Hmm.
because this is case to case different priorities and stuff like that. Sometimes there's some compliance issue going on. Sometimes let's say they might not deploying at the moment. Sometimes like whatever the reasons are, there are multiple reasons. Like first of all the VCs always wants to reply back to all the emails, right? Or especially the founders specifically, right? And then if they like you do 2 or 3 follow-ups, but then give the person or the VC or the organization their own space so that they can reply back later. Sometimes they're still in the pipeline and they circle back 3 months down the line. But never get discouragement of someone if they're not replying. Sometimes the priorities are different. I've seen even in Expert Dojo, a founder pays to us and then we couldn't fund or whatever the reason. Even though sometimes we say, okay, keep updating us with the updates and stuff. Like 6 months down the line, add the investor in your newsletter rather than following up and then spamming too much. Make sure newsletter going on time once in a month, right? And then you can talk about your improvement in the user or improvement in the revenue, whatever the numbers are. Then
Exactly.
suddenly the day will come, the investor will reach out or the persons on the firm will reach out, hey, let's talk. So I've seen in my own, like at Expert Dojo as well. Like people are really following up actively, and then they got investment in 6 months down the line, like 12 months down the line. So it happens. It's a matter of time. So I mean, like do gentle follow up because that's also a green flag, but too much follow up again red flag. So
Correct.
balanced approach is the key. But anyways, enough. I mean, there will be like a lot of questions. I've been following a very long time and have always did what he suggested till that. I've started driving my cabs on my own, personally interacting with customers. So just a small suggestion to keep doing podcasts like this. Um, just this.
Asutosh.
Okay, cool. Jyoti, I'll reply back if you have been following. But anyways, so again, Rishabh, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Most welcome.
And then we'll definitely catch up sometime in
Yeah,
it
yeah, definitely. Anytime text me, like you know my where is my office now. I think after today,
to do the growth hacking and all the stuff, sort of a
we'll
thing
do.
as well. But really appreciate how can people reach out to you if they need any growth hacking
LinkedIn,
support
LinkedIn,
or maybe fundraising and stuff like that. I mean, like maybe if you have an email that Kisla can put
LinkedIn
up.
is better. LinkedIn is better. I reply to all the messages. Even if I'm not interested, I will reply you. I'm not interested.
Very
So
interesting.
I will not just leave the message. I will just reply not interested.
Very interesting.
So LinkedIn is the best platform. Like my the spend time in that particular platform is too much. So it just I keep opening multiple times. So that is the
So reach out to Rishabh on LinkedIn, be part of his community that he's running. And again, if you are a freelancer or a chibi entrepreneur, if you want to do some work with Rishabh, feel free to reach out. Again, thank you so much, man, for taking our time in late night. I know it's super late for us. It's like we work in the Pacific time zone, so I mean, like this is our regular hours.
this is the best time. I don't sleep actually. It was just I usually stay in the office till 10, 11. So that's not a concern.
Okay, but founder out there, sleep is also important. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. We'll keep continuing the loop of this conversation. We'll be back again next Monday with some amazing growth hacking tips. Until